The terms referendum and initiative refer to the process that allows citizens of the state to vote on particular pieces of the legislation. The initiative process allows the citizens to propose a new or constitutional amendment. The referendum process allows the citizens to refer to a law that has passed the legislator to the ballot for voters to decide whether to uphold or repeal the law. A referendum is created by a direct vote by the elector on a proposal law or the political issue. So, for instance, in a contrast of an issue that has been voted on by the representative, it may result in an adoption of a new policy or a specific law of the referendum that may be only advised. The initiative statutes are created by the petitions that are proposing the statutes. They must be signed by the registered voters. So the number of signatures must be equal to at least 5% of the total votes that is casted for the office of the governor to the last national election. When comparing the referendum and the initiative, they are the same in terms as goals and enabling the citizens to take active roles in the democratic legislative process. However, they are a little different in their approach. So the initiatives start with the people, such as the citizens that are drafting the proposal and the petition to add it to the ballot and the vote on it. The referendums originate with the government, and the legislative submits the legislation to the people for their approval. There are pros and cons of each. So the pros of the initiative are that the legislators are able to introduce certain forms and measures as if they don't already have one of the issues that will be launched. They are also the ones that are introducing the governance reform policies and making the legislatures more responsive to what they are doing. The cons of initiatives are if they are measured or if the measure is passed, it is oftentimes ends up as a statute, which then can be found as unconstitutional. It's also hard for the voters to make decision on things that they don't have time to learn about or know about. So pros for the referendum are that the referendum campaigns are national, so they're public and they're passive, including the political debate and the decision making. The cons, however, for the referendum are that it opens room for actors on different sides to choose between the status that is proposed or the chance to even persuade the voters with false information and false things that are happening. So when we are looking at the initiative and the referendum supporting the idea of direct democracy that is outlined in the Arizona Constitution. So when we think about the Arizona Constitution, it is divided into about 30 articles that are labeled or numbered 1 through 6, 7 through 22, and then 25 to 30, with Articles 23 and 24 being repealed. So Article 30 is no longer enforced due to it being ruled as illegal. Know that the Arizona Constitution is so important because it was created for the government that would be particularly responsive to the views of its citizens. And so the residents took great pride and great accomplishments as they were establishing the procedures actually that would go into this government and this constitution. So for the direct democracy, it enables people to vote on important issues that may be excluded from or cut out of or is for the representative party for politics. So the referendums are occasionally used throughout the word as an extraordinary measure that is most often ratified or amended from the Constitution or to decide on questions of the statehood. So some democracies make more extensive or regular use of the referendums and the initiatives that are making these instruments complementary to the representative democracy. So this supports Arizona being the direct democracy because it is in the Constitution that it allows people the direct democracy or the right to vote, which enacts the legislator up and down through the referendum. And so the right of the people that are able to create their own laws, they're able to recall them. So the initiative and the referendum are important to the US today because of the process that allows the citizens of many of the United States um, to place these new legislations or to place the legislations that have recently been passed by the legislature on a ballot for a popular vote. So this way, nobody can say it was unfair. This is more popular today, but it is also important for the adoption of new policies or laws that are um, put into proposal.